Welcome to Nostalgic Necro, and today in the arena we are playing Simic Omniscience, but not the Simic Omniscience that you are probably used to. This is a different Simic Omniscience because it is focused on playing lesson cards. I found this deck of Untapped. It's actually the highest win rate Simic Omniscience that I could find by another player, and a player by the name of Adriano MTG has a 60% win rate with this deck based off 174 games, and the real creative spin that they put on it was using lessons. So I'm sure we've all seen the whole Simic Omniscience thing. The idea is that you tap down Kona with one of your station lands, like for example this Uthros, Titanic, Godcore, or the Evendo, Waking Haven, and then you tap down the Kona, and then you get down Omniscience, and then you can basically draw a whole bunch of cards with all your draw spells and kind of take over the game, because Omniscience lets you play stuff for free, and Kona lets you put any permanent from your hand onto the battlefield so long as it's tapped. So that's the idea. But the other part of the equation is where Adriano MTG has made a change, because most lists that you see online will be playing these cards typically. The Consult the Star Chart's a very powerful way to dig for cards. Dispelling Exhale is the counter, the Unauthorized Exit as the bounce spell, and then they also played this Lost in the Maze to prevent people from interacting with Kona when it comes down on their turn. But this player has done something a little bit different, and I thought it's very interesting, and also they're doing very well with it, so I wanted to check it out for myself. And so what they're doing is they're going into the whole lesson synergy, and they're playing the Boomerang Basics for the bounce spell. They're playing Gran-Gran to draw and discard, and also to give discounts to all your lessons. They're playing the Abandoned Attachments to discard and draw. They're going for It'll Quench Ya, which is their counter spell. It's there for because it's a lesson, so that's why it's synergized with the deck. Although the Dispelling Exhale obviously has synergy with the Marang Regent being a dragon. And then of course the very powerful card, Accumulate Wisdom. If you have 3 or more lessons in your graveyard, this lets you pick up 3 cards. Very, very powerful, and you can actually get it for 1 mana with a Gran-Gran discount. Now, the deck still plays Stock Up. I guess that's because, hey, Stock Up is just that good. You can't really cut that out, so they've kept that in there. And then the other piece to the deck is, of course, the Marang Regent. This is sort of the win con, because you can bring this down, bounce all of your opponent's stuff, and therefore get this army of dragons. And then if you can't win that turn, you just, hold up protection, or, the I'll Quench It to counter whatever your opponent will do on the crackback. You just win with a big attack. And then you also have the Extinguisher Battleship, which is sort of like the sweeper in this deck. You bring it down, 4 damage to each creature, and then you can also station it to get a 10/10 flying trampler. So yeah, I'll tell you the story behind today's video though. I played this deck a bit last night, and man, I made a whole bunch of misplays, but as I was making those misplays, I was figuring out a whole bunch of lines. I'm going to discuss them in a second. And so what I did afterwards, I took a bit of a break, and this is actually gameplay after I've practiced with this deck quite a bit, because I wanted to just try and get this deck, give it the best showcase possible, because I could tell that it was strong. I didn't want my little misplays and figuring things out to get in the way of me showcasing what I think is actually a very strong build. So that's why I'm not going to be showing the first gameplay that I did. I went, I think, 4-3 in that first set. This will be the set after I've had some practice with the deck. There's just a couple of little things you want to be aware of, and I'm just going to point them out now. The first thing is Gran-Gran. In my first games, I actually kind of forgot that you could just tap down Gran-Gran with the Evendo or Uthros, and that's a very important thing, because if your opponent has a blocker, you can just tap down Gran-Gran and get the draw discard there. So that's one nice thing. Another little trick is, don't forget the Boomerang Basics allows you to draw a card. So if you have Gran-Gran and you have a way of stationing your creature, then don't forget you can actually, if you need to find stuff, you can station Gran-Gran, draw a card, return it to your hand with Boomerang Basics to draw another card, and then bring down Gran-Gran again and station her again. So that's 2 mana for 3. That's a pretty good deal. So just be aware of that little trick. I picked that up as I was playing along. And then the other trick that I picked up was, I was always looking for Kona Omniscience. Of course, that's the ideal thing, and the Kona, Extinguisher Battleship is also not bad. However, in a pinch, the just Kona Marang Regent is also very good. So just be aware of that, because there were a couple of games where I wasn't realizing that that's actually probably good enough to win the game, especially against these mono green landfall decks. They tend to put a lot of counters on stuff. So sometimes you don't find Omniscience, but you hit Kona turn 4, and then if you hit the Marang Regent, you bring it down, you can just bounce their creatures to their hand, and they kind of have to reset, and they don't like that. They want to keep all their counters on their creatures and stuff. So those are a couple of tricks that I learned. As you'll see the gameplay today, hopefully I'll point out a couple of other tricks that I learned. But yeah, as always, I may be the nostalgic necro, but I'm putting my nostalgia aside because I've been really excited to try out Kona Omniscience for a long time. I don't think I've ever played it on this channel, and this version that played Lessons made me very excited to try it. So that's what we're doing. Let's find out how it does in the arena today. Okay, well, I was practicing this deck a lot last night, and I felt like my gameplay with it's become smoother. So yeah, I just decided to let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. I feel like last night I played this deck and I didn't know a lot of the lines, and now I do. So I'm just curious to see if, like, I didn't do badly with it yesterday, but I didn't do great. Okay, pretty rough for us. Got the It'll Quench Ya, which is good. Yeah, like I've learned a couple of tricks, like for example tapping down the Gran-Gran with the station lands, one trick. Okay, how much trouble are we in here? How much trouble are we in here? So that's one trick that I learned. The other trick that I learned is I was always looking for Kona Omniscience. But what I learned is that Kona River Regent is also sometimes good enough. And especially like for example in this game, Mossborn Hydra, you can just bounce it, right? I mean, if we're not dead this turn, which I don't think we will be, we can just bounce. Like in the past, I would have just been like, oh, I'm dead. But actually, we can just bounce their stuff, and this is sort of the backup plan if you don't find Omniscience. So that's another realization that I had. So you know, I learned all this stuff, and I thought, let me take this deck for another spin here. Okay, spin a land. Okay, we do actually hit Omniscience, so that's good. But just to point out that had we not hit Omniscience, the Marang River Regent to bounce their Tifa and the Hydra is also just fine. So yeah, just be aware of that. Omniscience, of course we do that. Go for you at 0. Bounce you and you. Abandon. Guess we submit this. Okay, get this. Draw 3, do this. Draw 3, get down Gran-Gran. Tap down the Gran-Gran. Spin a land, I suppose. Accumulate, well, just hit another Omniscience here. Accumulate Wisdom again. Boomerang Basics, another one. Okay, opponent does scoop there. We actually kind of lost gas there at the end, but you know, at that position, we can just keep bouncing their stuff. You know, we're going to find more draw spells. So yeah, that's the thing. Just be aware, if you don't have Omniscience, just look for the River Regent. That is sometimes good enough to just stall them or, you know, just prevent them from winning the game. And in the past, I wasn't doing that. I was only looking for Omniscience. This is a good backup. Okay, nice to start with a win there. And hopefully it continues, because I really hope that I've learned how to navigate this deck a bit better with my gameplay last night. Opponent hits a tapped land, so it could be the mirror. Unfortunately, in the mirror, one of the disadvantages of Boomerang Basics is that it is a sorcery, so that kind of sucks. Might not be the mirror. Pretty sure if it's the mirror. Cash grab. Just counter that. I mean, it's a tricky one. Do you go for the Kavaro counter? Because oftentimes they have the Cavern of Souls. Or do you rather go for countering the actual Kiora? Guess we'll counter the Kiora. Okay, can't really afford to tap out now, can we? There's nothing really that they want to reanimate though in their graveyard. Do we just take this turn? I'm gonna do it. I think this deck is always gonna look for the bringer. We need to find our pieces as well. Okay, hit Kona at least. Go for the Bookworm. They find the bringer. Let me just think here. We got the counter for the bringer. So we need to hold up the counter for the bringer, right? Boomerang Basics. We could Boomerang Basics, Gran-Gran, and then just hold up the counter for the bringer. Not the worst idea, right? We can counter something, we can hit the accumulated wisdom for 3, although we just need to find Omniscience. We go for Kavaro. Lucky for us, they don't have the Cavern of Souls. So we quench them. Got another I'll Quench Ya. So we can hit this for 1 mana, so we have a chance of actually hitting the Omniscience now. Yeah, ooh, but okay, yeah, and we could also find land, right? This is a good play. We could also station Kona. Start with this. We don't hit Omniscience. Play this. Station the Gran-Gran in case we hit it before combat. We don't hit Omniscience still. Don't think we're going to need 2 Konas, right? Okay, looking for that Omniscience. Obviously the opponent will know now about the thing. They don't have another Kavaro. They go for another Bookworm. Let's see what we hit here. I mean, if we find Omniscience, we're just fine. We still don't find it. Can we find it, please? We still don't find it. Oh my word. How have we not found it? Okay, they got the Terror of the Peaks in the graveyard now. And we don't have any draw spells. Station Gran-Gran, can we hit it? Still don't hit Omniscience. 3 cards deep here. Okay, we can just bin land, right? So Boomerang Basics stuff to their hand. We can Boomerang the Gran-Gran and draw a card. Opponent just scoops there? Why did they just scoop? I was trying to figure out what the best line is. I was thinking that we can, because I was very worried that next turn they'd play land and Kavaro. And I was thinking that the right play might be to Boomerang Basics our own Gran-Gran and draw a card with her, and then we can play her back down and then tap her again with a station land. So we get 2 draws, because I was very keen to find Omniscience that turn. And I couldn't do it with a River Regent because then I couldn't play Kona. So I was trying to figure out how I could draw the most amount of cards for 2 mana. And then the opponent just scooped. Okay, Omniscience with lessons. It's you need to learn a couple of tricks. You definitely need to learn a couple of tricks. Okay, opponent goes first. Mirror. Mirror is tricky. Mirror is a tricky one. Yeah, the mirror is a tricky one because we don't really have instant speed removal. Okay, get this down, pay 2. I mean, the Boomerang Basics not being instant speed is a real disadvantage in the mirror, I feel. Oh, it's artifacts? I didn't expect it to be artifacts. I think we give up the Gran-Gran. As much as I like Gran-Gran, I don't think we protect her. I think we'll use our counter for something else. Okay, we're looking for Kona. I think we keep all our counters. Probably bin the Boomerang. Because we need this to dig. We need to dig. I think I'm happy to bin the Boomerang. Try to store them with our counters, kind of the plan. Okay, repurposing Bay. No, no, I hate this card. This card is too rough. Okay, we can get down the land here. Try to catch them. Try to catch them hitting the United Battlefront. Quench Ya. Okay, this is our big play. We're gonna have to hit the. Gonna have to hit the Kona here, and soon. Find Kona. Don't need another Omniscience. Got the 4 lands we need, so I guess we just take the Quench Ya. They don't have a way of dealing with Omniscience, right? Okay. So they do have this that enters at flash speed. I think the trigger of Kona still comes on the stack though, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, they craft it? Okay, that's fine. Well, we got the thing. Got the thing. Station. Okay, opponent scoops there at the Omniscience, had all the card draw in the world. Very, very nice win there. Happy to get it. And yeah, climbing up nicely with this deck actually. Okay. Certainly feeling smooth right now. Long may it continue. We go first. This hand is actually a little bit sus because we don't have the card draw. Got the Kona. But all we have is counters to store them. This Gran-Gran's going to have to do a lot of work. This Gran-Gran's going to have to do a lot of work. We're going to have to protect Gran-Gran, so I'm going to go for this. I can't allow this Gran-Gran to die. Land. We only need 1 land, I think, for station. Rather just be as fast as possible. Obviously, they could have the Field of Ruin, and then I'm going to be sad, but I don't think we bet on that. I think we bet on speed. That's kind of my feeling. Stock up is very nice. We go for stock up now. I don't think we need to. Let's attack here, see what they do. I feel like they held up mana because they want to deal with Gran-Gran. Cavern of Souls. This is not a deck that plays counters. I mean, we don't think so. We already got blue and green mana, so it's fine. We'll just keep the Cavern. Right? We got all the mana we need. I think I'm happy to just play it a bit slow here. Got 2 counters in hand. Cash grab. Okay, so now we know what we're up against. Opponent hits Kavaro. The danger with Kavaro is that our quenches only work if they don't also hit Cavern of Souls. They didn't pick up Kavaro, so we know they have another Kavaro. If you don't not take Kavaro if you don't already have Kavaro. That's important to know. Opponents had enough of Gran-Gran. They bid a Triumph and they bin the Velgavoth. I think that's okay. They don't have the Bringer in the graveyard, so I guess we just take this opportunity to stock up. I mean, this is our turn to do it, right? Okay, we need more. I think Boomerang Basics, is that good in this deck? Probably not, right? We need to just find Omniscience as quickly as possible. Okay, not the greatest hit there. Survivor. Okay, we're pretty vulnerable now. This is their turn. They don't go for Kavaro, although we know they have it. Okay, we're gonna have to hold up the counter here, I think. Smuggler's Surprise. I think we just counter that. Let's just counter that. They've only got 4 cards in hand, 5 now. I think it was a good opportunity to quench something and just stop them from digging. Okay, accumulate wisdom. We still don't find... Oh boy, we don't find the... We don't find Omniscience. Gran-Gran's good. Stock up. We already have another stock up. I feel like I have to take the stock up because I have to find answers. So we find the River Regent. Still can't find Omniscience. Take you. What do we take? The other counter? This counter is going to get a bit sad. I mean, it's not much you can do soon. This would let us stock up and hold up the counter next turn also. We just take land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 land. Sorry, opponent. I am thinking. Okay, I'll just take the land here. I can actually just use it to stock up again. Just tap out. It's okay. I think we'll just hold the It'll Quench Ya. We go for the Bookworm. That's okay. Bookworm is fine. You. Where's my Omniscience? I'm 40 cards deep here. Is this card good against them? I don't think this is the best card against them. Still no Omniscience. Still no Omniscience. Stock up. Can I please find Omniscience? I have to find it now, surely. No Omniscience. Okay, we take the River Regent. And just an untapped land. Hold up the counter. Hope to hit it off the River Regent. Next time we can pay 4 and 4. Take the damage happily. I guess we could have boomeranged. Scholar is fine. Scholar's fine. We should hit it, right? We're on 36 cards. Opponent still hasn't really found the what they need in the graveyard. I assume they're looking for the Terror of the Peaks. Okay. We will find it. We still don't find Omniscience. Okay, we have enough land. We just bin the tapped land. Okay. I'm confident. We're gonna find it now. I'm sure. And Vince Cavaro. Okay, let's start with the accumulate wisdom. It's a draw 3. Still no omniscience. Stock up. We don't have 4 mana if we stock up, so stock up isn't the right card. We could Kona and just bounce their stuff, but I don't think that's really the play here. With Boomerang Basics, a card to their hand. Slow them down a bit, because then we want to be able to hold up 4 mana and 2 mana for the counter. I guess we just do nothing. Discard 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. I don't think we need more land, although 1 land would be nice. 2, 3. Should have probably binned an extra Kona. I don't need so many Konas. Okay, they hit Cavaro. We can't counter it. How bad is the situation for us? There's no terror. So they get what? Like, I don't think this is so bad. Not so bad. It's really not so bad. Okay. Can we please hit this Omniscience? Finally we hit it. Submit. Okay, anything we put in the graveyard goes to the Kavarum. Just remember that. Okay, how do we win this game? They hit the Awaken. I think we just counter that. They get It'll Quench Ya, oh my word. Okay, it's okay though, because everything of ours is uncounterable. Okay, so they just think here. Okay, we just go for you, uncounterable anyways. Station. We did finally find Omniscience here, opponents. Okay, what do we do here? Well, I think we start with this. Bounce you and you to their hand. Stock up. I want to bounce the Cavaro. I need 3 non-land permanents. Okay. Only 3 cards here. Okay. Omniscience. So we can Boomerang, bounce the Velg of the... Oh, but it's going to be a Kavaro if we bounce it back. We don't want to bounce that back to their hand, do we? How do we win this game? I've just got this and this. We get this down, bounce. We can bounce the Kavaro back, then they get Kavaro. Kavaro's got no targets in the graveyard though. before. Do we just play this as a creature? Oh my word, I don't know how to win this game from this position. Play this down as a creature, bounce their stuff. They get Kavara, but then they can just play all their stuff and try mill again. Okay. Oh my word. I actually don't know how to win from this position. Got Omniscience, but how do we win? Oh, what have I missed here? Have I missed a trick about how to beat this deck? Huh. So once they have this Kavara, man, we don't have an easy way of dealing with it, do we? Let's see if we can survive this turn. I'll try to figure it out next turn. They can use the Awaken to destroy an Omniscience or Kona, that's fine. Kona's done the thing. They can use our Kona now. I don't think I can bounce this. Then they get Kavara back. We go for the Scholar. Just so much value that they get out of all our stuff now. Man, what have I done? Okay, this game definitely took me by surprise. I've never actually been in this situation before where the opponent has the Kavara, the Belgavoth down, and I can't really bounce it. I usually just bounce all their stuff. Dragon. And it's got 3 mana here. They go for the Overlord. And also all the stuff we bounce of theirs is good for them because they get to replay it. It's like so much value for them actually. Pick up Town Creator. Okay. We go for Kona. What else do they go for? Stock up probably? I feel like I have to draw cards with this. Well done to the opponent for sticking it out here. We hit Omniscience. Oh, that's a terrible hit. Okay, we hit the Accumulate Wisdom. Hit a River Region, can bounce Kona and the Scholar. How many cards we got? 15. I think I'm hard casting this. Okay, might as well just get this down and this down. I think I have to cast this. And bounce this and this. And then attack with you. Why didn't the opponent pick up Kavara with the Overlord? I don't get that. Why'd they go for Town Greeter? I think they should have picked up Kavara. Oh man, this game has been so weird. Please tell me in the comments if I've got it completely wrong. I don't know how to win this game, actually. I'm kind of just trying to figure out what the strategy is on the fly. Okay, we hit Kona. We've got a Boomerang Basics again. I don't think you can afford to bounce it. You just return Kavara to their hand. Okay, we're going to try and... Oh yeah, but now they just bin a card, they pick up the They pick up the Kavara and we have no way of dealing with it. Do we just toast? Okay, opponent hits Kavara. Is there anything we can do here? Probably not. This deck has no way of dealing with this problem. Boomerang Basics, Sorcery Speed, so it's not going to work, but anyway, it wouldn't work anyways. Huh. Well, we did the thing, and then the opponent still won the game. That's disappointing. Okay. These, let me know in the comments how we're supposed to win that game. Once they had the Kavaro down as a Velgavoth, I just didn't see a way out of it because I was going to just bounce the Kavaro back to their hand, right? And I didn't want to give them another Kavaro. Maybe that was the wrong play. But yeah, okay, well, we only have a Gran-Gran to defend ourselves with here. Yeah, let me know about that one. I wasn't able to figure out how to win that game after getting Kona Omniscience down. Well done for the opponent for sticking around there and actually not just instant scooping, but actually realizing that they could win the game from the Omniscience, you know, position. Okay, yeah, I need to think about that last game. It was a bit of a doozy. I am just not sure. We only have blue, I just realized. It's okay. Most of our stuff is just blue anyways. Yeah, I just didn't realize how to beat that beat that opponent from that position. It was weird. You think that, you know, all your problems are solved once you hit Omniscience, but it's not always the case. It's not always the case. Okay, we'll go for the Abandon. Hopefully it's not the Cub. It's not the Cub. Okay, that's kind of good. Gives a little bit more time. Man, that Cub is too much pressure. Too much pressure when the Cub comes down. With all the double spelling that they get. Okay. It's a 1-1. Start with this. Can bin one Omniscience. Don't need two. Two lands. Don't need lands. We just go for the deepest dig here. Survivor. Can we find the Survivor? We don't find the Survivor. Take you, and then do we go for an untapped land so we can double spell next turn? Or do we go for double Abandon? I feel like double spelling is really good. I mean, we can hit this and then hit this for 3. We should find more stuff, right? Oh no, we can't. We only have one lesson in the graveyard. Or a Boroid. Oh boy. Okay, our life just got a lot trickier. Boomerang Basics is good. Oh, it's got Ward 1. So we have to... Oh my word, we have to pay 2 life here. Boomerang this thing for sure. Let's start with... do we just go for this first? Just see what we pick up. Because next turn, this is going to get huge, right? Okay, we have to do this, right? Try to get rid of this Ouroboros. Okay. Question is, will we have enough time to actually dig for Kona? Because we could just go for this because it's a deeper dig. Because we're probably dead next turn, right? They go for a Boroid. Okay, so next turn, this is going to be 8. It's going to go for 8, so it's going to be 8, and this is going to be 12. So this is going to kill us next turn anyways. So I guess we just go for this and just go for the... Like, we have to find something. We have to find Kona. Don't find Kona. Damn. The River Regent. It'll Quench Ya is not enough. Oh, we top deck Kona? Oh my word, that's so lucky. Hold on, but we're not out of this because we have no mana. Oh my word. Kona. Station Kona. But we have no mana to pay for ward. Does their ward go away if this goes away? Gran-Gran. Station Gran-Gran. Pick up stock up. Get you down. Get stock up. We had another River Regent. And we need the accumulate wisdom, I think. Okay, let me just check this. So if we do this and we bounce the Innkeeper, they lose their ward, right? I'm pretty sure that's how it works. It must be how it works. I'm gonna bounce Gran-Gran so I can do another draw discard, right? Okay, their stuff does lose ward. I thought so. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So Gran-Gran, we can just station Gran-Gran again. Draw, discard. That's a pretty cool synergy, right? Being able to station Gran-Gran. Okay. You. Okay, we're a little bit out of gas here, but I think we just bounce all their stuff. Anyways, might as well just do Gran-Gran first. Keep you, station you, try to find more gas. No. Gran-Gran, keep you, station you, try to find more gas. We hit the Boomerang Basics. Okay, not the best. I mean, we've kind of run out of gas here, but we're going to be able to do this. And just bounce all their stuff to hand. And yeah, okay. I saw the line there. You got to bounce the Innkeepers, get rid of the ward, and then you can get rid of the creatures. I'm glad I saw that one. I'm not sure about the last game, but this game I saw it. I saw it. Hey, look, I'm actually a numbered mythic. I think that might be the first time I've ever been a numbered mythic. That's pretty cool. Okay, yeah. In numbered mythic, what a rare moment for me. We go first. This will be the last game, I believe. Got Kona. Okay. What are we up against? Cheeky house mouse. It's not that scary, right? I think we'll hold up the counter here for something a little bit scarier. Cheeky house mouse attacks. Something has to happen. Another cheeky house mouse. One cheeky house mouse is not that scary. Is too scary? Two cheeky house mouses. We'll just bounce one of them. I think I'd rather just do this. Yeah, just find Kona. We have to pick up Kona. We just don't have a land. But we still take Kona, right? Oh, sorry, we got... What am I doing? We got Kona. I need the... I need Omniscience. What am I doing here? Okay. So we take stock up, I think. Get you down. Boomerang one of you guys. And I think we'll just counter whatever they play this coming turn so we can... Yeah, that's a good counter target. That's a good quencher target. That's what I was waiting for. Something really meaty there that I really had to take out. Okay. Start with the stock up. Pick up what? Definitely River Regent. We don't have a way of tapping Kona. Just realized we don't have a way of tapping Kona. Oh boy. Guess we'll take the Quencher. Okay. Hope they don't have something insane this turn. We are tapped out. That's the stock up risk you take. Cheeky house mouse. That's okay. That is fine. Okay, I think we have to hold up the counter here. If it's not too much pressure, I'm just going to let it through and go for the Regent. It's only if they play something that I just can't deal with that I'm going to go for the Ethereal Armor. Well, we can't really stop that because we can't get around the Quench Ya. I mean, it's only 2 mana, right? Okay, putting us under pressure here. Need a really good hit here. We need station land. We hit a station land. Cavern is not needed. This deck doesn't play counter spells. They've got 3 mana open. I don't think we dare drop Kona into open mana like this. We're gonna bounce this House Mouse. Try to get them either to tap out. Oh, they're gonna try protect it. Shard Mage's Rescue. Oh boy. They got 2 mana open. Do you think they have Burn for Kona? They could just have Lightning Strike. If we Quench Ya, then they just pay 2. And we can't play Kona. Wow. That's bad. Well, I think we have to go for it now. We're just dead next turn if they have it, right? Just have to hope they don't have Lightning Strike. Do you think they have another... Oh, they only have red. Red doesn't have a way of really getting around stuff. We just take out this land. It's hexproof. We can't target this anyways. And we lose Kona. Oh my word, this game is completely even now. I mean, we're in a huge disadvantage. We only have the Quench Ya. But we had to do that, right? What else are we going to do? Oh, that was ridiculous. That was just ridiculous. We're in top deck wars with the opponent now. Okay, let's start with this. See what we find. Bin you. Okay, we find another Kona. Station you. Accumulate Wisdom is great. We'll keep all our stuff. Draw 3. Find another Kona. It's not really what we need. Let's play you. Oh my word. Station... Oh, this is Station 5. Flying Trample. Oh, I should be using this. Should be stationing with this. This is way better. I can get a 10-10 Flying Trample for 5? Hold on, wait, I'm doing this. Next turn I'm stationing Kona with this thing. I didn't even think about that. I'm always using the lands. Okay, counter you. Okay, our situation's just fine here. Opponent scoops. Oh, okay, so I should have... I always forget about this thing. I should have brought down Kona, station this thing, get a big swinger with the 10-10. And yeah, going up with Mythic with this deck, man, you see the before and after of, you know, before I was completely figuring it out, and then after, like, just having a bit of experience and knowing the lines, that's what really, you know, makes you rank up with the deck, I believe. This session was much smoother for me. Welcome back. I put my nostalgia aside because I was very keen to try out Adriano MTG's Kona Omniscience that is based on lessons, and I ended up doing very well with this deck. I went on a really good run. The other day, like I said, I played a whole bunch of practice games, learned a couple of the lines, but once I figured out a couple of basic things, I don't think this deck is too hard to navigate, and I ended up doing very well with it, actually hitting numbered Mythic for the very first time on this channel. I was actually really proud of that achievement. I don't think I've ever done that before, definitely not on this channel. I don't think I've ever done it personally as well, so it was really nice to get that numbered Mythic, and it felt really good. Now, is this version better than the Untapped version or the typical version that you'll see on Untapped? Of course, I cannot say that. I ended up doing very well with it. The one nice thing is that if you have the current Simic Omniscience deck already crafted, all of the lessons are just comments and comments, and if you want to try something new and check it out for yourself, you can very easily just craft those cards because they are so cheap, and therefore, you know, you can test them for yourself and see which one is doing better for you. I also want to say just one more thing about that Kavara matchup. I already want to have another look at that game and figure out how to beat that deck with this deck. However, one mistake that I made was, I believe I discarded the Extinguisher Battleship. I didn't think it would be that useful because my thinking was they're going to do the thing and then, you know, they're going to do Bringer, Terror, and I'm just going to be dead. What do I need a sweeper for? But actually, it would have really saved me in that spot because I could have taken out their entire board, including the Velgavoth, because it was a 4/4, because it was Kavaro actually as a copy of Velgavoth, and then I probably would have won that game, or I think I would have won that game had I kept the Extinguisher Battleship. So just be aware of that. It's only one of in the deck, so maybe just don't discard it in case you need it in a pinch. And also, I need to remember in that last game to station it, because if you just station it for 5, which is not that much, it becomes a flying trampler 10/10. So that's a really good win con as well. But yeah, if you have any thoughts on the deck or what you think about doing this with lessons or, you know, the typical way, do let me know. But that will be the gameplay for today, and I do hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, stay tuned and consider subscribing, because there's going to be more Nostalgic Necro coming soon.